Hello, welcome to circuit number 2. I have my water now. So I'm filming this directly right after circuit number 1. And so as we go along, I'm going to be making some modifications. I'm new at the video thing, so hopefully we'll get it down. The main takeaway is that I want your form to be correct. I want for you to realize that it's about slow and controlled movements, and especially the tips that I'm giving you to make your workout more effective. To me, getting that across is the most important thing. So as we move through with these, I'm going to be reiterating good form and making sure that you're getting the most out of these workouts. So we're going to start circuit number 2, and you can do this one directly after any of the circuits, just like they can all be used right in a row. So first things first, we're going to do back rows. So you're at the side and you're leaning a little bit forward here, and I have the same 5-pound dumbbells as I had before. You can pick up any weight that you want as long as you can control the weight. So we're here and we're going to do some narrow rows. So we're just bringing the arms up and back. Your palms are facing each other and we're going up and back. And again, we're here for about 15 reps. It equals about 30 to 45 seconds. You want to feel the pinch in between your shoulder blades. So what I tell my clients a lot is that if you have a walnut, whenever you bring your arms up into your row, you want to feel that pinch between your shoulder blades. So if you're cracking a walnut, you're going to feel it right there in between the shoulder blades. You're leaning forward. Your chin is up. To maintain a neutral spine, a good idea is make sure your chin is up and you're looking about 3 feet ahead of you on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. So we're going to put these weights down and we're going to have them right at about hip width. And I'm on carpet here, but I've done these on carpet before, so it should be okay. We're going to go into what I call the sissy squat. So you're standing on your weight and your heel is raised up. This is going to give you a little bit better range of motion in your squat. So you'll stand on your heels, and if you have another weight, you're going to hold it right here. If you don't have another weight, you can do it with just body weight, or if you have a gallon of water, or even one of those big containers of cat litter. I've done that before too. So we're standing here. Our heels are on our weights that we have on the ground. And we're in almost a narrow stance, about hip width, shoulder width apart here. Now we're going to come down. Knee is over the ankle. Very important. And then when you lift up, you want to lift from the pelvic floor. So as you're lifting, you want to use a pelvic tilt to come up. This is a part of the mind-muscle connection that I'm talking about. As you lift, you're lifting from your hips and your pelvis, not from your back. And you're going to squeeze at the top. So you're lifting here and you're going to squeeze the glutes at the top. Slow and controlled, because you want to feel those muscles come together. So you're lifting here and you're contracting up to feel the glutes come together. Looks a little funny, but you will feel it. So with your heels elevated off the floor like this, you're able to come a little bit deeper. If it's comfortable, you can come down pretty low here and then come up. And again, if you're holding a weight, you'd hold it right here in the middle So you're lifting from the pelvic floor. It's like an elevator coming up. You're going to hear me talk about this like a broken record. But that is where the effectiveness comes in. 3, 2, and last one here, maintaining control. So you'll come off of your weights, grab some water if you need to, and we'll go back into the back rows. So, neutral spine, lean forward slightly, chin is up, and you're staring about 3 feet ahead of you. And we're just gonna row. Pinching those shoulder blades together at the back. Our rows are narrow here, so I'll turn here. So you're just coming up, elbows are pinning at your side. Turning back to the side. We're going to take it 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Slow and controlled on the way down. So we're coming back into our sissy squat. If you don't have dumbbells to raise your heels, you can always get some small books and just stand on the edge of those. That works too. So we're here. Again, we're fairly narrow, right at about hip, shoulder width apart. Our heels are on our dumbbells or books, whatever you have. And we're just going to come down, knee over ankle, and then pelvic lift. We're lifting from the pelvis, not from the back. Very slow and controlled. And again, I'm not using weights here. Typically I would, but you'd have a weight and you'd have it right here. Contracting at the top. Utilize that pelvic tilt when you get to the top and contract here. Again, very slow and controlled. With the sissy squat, you can go a little bit deeper here because your heels are elevated. That will give you a better range of motion on your squat. We'll go 5, 4, 3, contract, 2, and last one here. And again, it almost helps if you touch the areas that you're supposed to be contracting, because that will make you remember you have to have a mind-muscle connection. You have to know where you're lifting, where you're contracting to really work that muscle. So now we're going to switch from strength. We're going to go a little bit into cardio. We're going to utilize the upper and the lower body. So we'll go into a static lunge. We'll stabilize here first. And we're going to do hammer curls. So we're in our static lunge and we're doing hammer curls. We have a contraction in the lower body and we're using the upper body. So our heart rate's going to start climbing up. Holding that lunge. We'll go 3, 2, last one here. We're going to switch to the other side. So, left leg is forward, right leg is back, stabilizing your lunge first. We're going to lean a little bit farther forward and we're going to do tricep kickbacks. So our elbows are pinned to our side and we're going to kick back. Slow and controlled. A little variation on your tricep kickback is you can turn your palms up. So here's your regular kickback, and here's the kickback with the variation. You can also do a combination of both. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Okay, so we'll move into cardio, set the weights aside. We're going to go into a side-to-side lunge. So make sure we don't trip over our weights, which I'm known to do. Our side-to-side lunge, again, several different variations depending on where your heart rate is and where you want it to be. We'll start off with a little bit of a modification here. And again, we're just utilizing the space that we have. And we're coming into a side-to-side lunge. So you'll start here, and then you're going to pick up intensity. So when you pick up intensity, you can use your arms, maybe touch the ground. So if you're here in your heart rate, again, you want it at about a level 7 on a scale from 1 to 10. So if you're here and you don't feel as if you're working hard enough, then you'll need to pick it up. So you're going to add that skip in. So you're going to come up to about here. And this is without the arms. But we're just going side to side with that lunge. If your heart rate starts coming up a little bit too much where you can't control it, then you're going to come back here. And you'll just go side to side. Utilizing the arms in any way that you can. Three, 2, and last one here. So from here, we're just going to go into a little bounce step. It's just a little boxing move, kind of a side-to-side jog. Here you can add a little bit of arm movement. If you want to make it a little bit more intense, just pick up that pace a little bit. But all we're trying to do here is we're trying to get the heart rate up. So if you're taking a jog outside for 3 to 5 minutes, that works too. You can go back and forth. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. We're going to go back into the side-to-side lunge. So we'll start here, and you can start out taking the modification. Let your heart rate get back into control, and there's always the option of adding that skip. Going from side to side here. So here's back to the modification. And there is a modification for everything. So if you're doing any type of these exercises and you want to march in place, go ahead and march in place, because the only purpose of the cardio section is really just get your heart rate up and hold it there for 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to go back into that bounce step. We'll take it 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one here. Okay, so now we'll go back into that little bounce step, back and forth. And you can come up, come back. Or if you have music playing and you're just dancing to the music, that's good too. Or you can add some arms in. There's always marching in place. So if any of these movements bother you, just return here. As long as your heart rate is up and you know that you're working, that's where we want to be. These other moves, it's for variations, for variety. But if you're here and your heart rate is elevated and it's staying that way consistently for 3 to 5 minutes, that's okay with me. These little movements like this, they'll just get the heart rate burning up. We just want to be consistent and hold it for that 3 to 5 minute time span. So we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're done there. Okay, done with that cardio. But since our heart rate is still up, we're going to go into a little bit of standing abs, and you'll see this throughout the circuits. So, and this one's a little bit tough. So I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to stand on the left leg. Right leg is out. Left leg is up. Our goal here is to reach the knee to the elbow. So first, we're going to elevate the foot off the floor. Extend this leg out. We're going to use the core and stabilize. And we're going to bring the leg and the arm across and extend it all the way out without having it touch on the floor. And we'll just come back. So this is a balance exercise. It's a stability exercise. And it works the core. If you have to touch, that's fine. Just pick back up and come back into it. So we're out here, and then we'll come in. Main thing, you want to keep your core stabilized. And since we just got done with cardio, our balance is already off. So it's a great time to put in standing abs, because as your balance comes off and you try to stabilize your body, that's when the core is going to strengthen those inner muscles. We'll do one more here and then we'll switch. Okay. Standing on the right leg, take the left leg out and the right leg up, or the right arm up. We're here. we're gonna lift and balance. And then we're gonna bring it across. So the first couple of these that you do, you may be more focused on your balance than trying to tighten that core. But then after you do a few reps, see if you can really pull that belly button into the spine and then make your crunch across. And again, if you have to touch the ground, then you have to touch the ground. It's fine. We're trying to build stability, increase the core strength, couple more here. We'll do 2. And then 1 more. So if you stumble and fall, it's perfectly fine. I do it all the time. We're gonna do 1 core move on the ground, and then we are done with this circuit. So what we're gonna do here is really slow bicycles with a static hold. So we're down on the ground, and again, our lower back is pinned into the ground. So you'll utilize that pelvic tilt. So our pelvis is here, and we're tilting it up. And I'll do that again. So pelvis is here, you tilt it up to make that connection with your lower back. So we're gonna take slow bicycles here. And you can do these with bent knees or fully extended. So we're taking opposite arm to opposite leg and just very, very slowly coming up. You want to make a complete movement every time you do these. And even though I'm touching my elbow to my knee, and the most important thing here is that your shoulder is directing your upper body. So if I were to take my arms away, it's the same motion. My shoulder is the one making that connection. So we're here. The arms are just to support the neck. And again, you want to be staring up. You don't want to be crunching with your neck like this. You never want to do that. You want to maintain that space right here and crunch up. We're going to go into our static hold. So whichever side you're on, we're just going to come up and we're going to hold. Breathe evenly. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to come down. We're going to go to the opposite side. We'll come up, and we're going to hold it. So, you still want your chin up. You're probably looking somewhere over there by now. And you can wiggle around here. It feels good sometimes. So, we have this static hold. Our lower back is still pinned to the ground. We'll take it 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we'll complete the movement down. So, there is another circuit. I hope you all enjoyed. And whether you're done for the day or you have another circuit to go, great job. I appreciate you being with me. And anytime that you have a question or concern, just please let me know. Email, text, through the Facebook group. I'm always here to answer questions.